We live in this mall in the outskirts of Shanghai in Pudong, and in this video we're going to give you a tour and show you exactly what it's like to live here, showing you the outside where there's a lot of life and going in the communal areas, how we get our posts, and then into our 3-bed apartment that's inside the top of this mall. It's quite strange, so let's show you.
So that's right, we live in our mall.
And we do have a Papa John's here. I don't know if you can see it, literally right there. There's actually loads of Western restaurants. You might be shocked to find out. We're in the outskirts of Shanghai in Pudong, and we have Papa John's, we have Popeyes, we have Pizza Hut, McDonald's, Subway, Starbucks. We have all of the Western restaurants you might want. So this is the front of the mall. And we have Family Mart, which is amazing because our front door is literally just to the back of it. We can go in Family Mart and get anything we need. But at night, they have lots of stuff out the front. For example, they have this area for roller skating. You can come and roller skate around cones. Don't know if you need your own ones, but yeah, you can just go there and roller skate. They've got like a basketball court that you can just go in. But what's actually quite interesting in China, when you go to all the malls, they always at night have this bit for kids with like little rides. Doesn't look that lively at the moment, not tonight, but they do have like a carousel, some trampolines in the middle here, and it's the same on the other side of the road. Over here, just in front of this tower, they have another sort of little theme park bit, if you could call it a theme park, with just like lots of little rides and stuff. It's a Monday night, so it's not very busy. There's not that many kids out at the moment. It's really common outside the front of malls. And up here we have got like a pool snooker place, and inside here they're just making like a food court, which is not 100% finished yet. They're slowly opening it. So this is kind of the front on the main road, but it is a really big building, and I don't know what this is. You can rent a little boat and row your boat around, but over here they've got like Luckin Coffee and lots of coffee shops, Papa John's, just lots of restaurants. It's very affordable to go and eat out here. Here they do dancing in the evening. I think we might have missed it. Kids can rent these little cars, and they've cornered it off so you don't go too far, but you can rent these little cars and go on a little drive about. It's a really big courtyard space, so you get lots of people coming and skating here, like this guy is on a skateboard. And then you've got Popeyes and a shop, tea shop, supermarket, and a whole nother mall across the street. This one's got a cinema in, and a lot more restaurants like Subway, Western restaurants that you probably know. Let's go have a peep. This is like a ramen restaurant. They're opening up an izakaya restaurant as well. They've been making that for some time. There's lots of places opening. Papa John's, haven't been in there. Don't know how different it is. We've got a spa, like a 24-hour spa, which is really common in China. You get all these spas everywhere. McDonald's, of course. It's quite a nice, quiet area, to be honest. Yeah, we've got Subway. So you can find all the chain restaurants you'd find at home, which I was really surprised about actually. I know Shanghai's a big place, but we are really quite far out here. We're in the suburbs of Pudong, like probably about an hour from the centre. It takes us an hour by train to get there, and same by car. Got Starbucks. So this isn't exactly like central Shanghai, and you've still got all of these restaurants. Manor Coffee is really good coffee. It's the best chain for coffee in China. Definitely. Subway. I haven't tried Subway here yet. I don't know how different it would taste. Up there's a gym. And then we come back round to R1, R small, as we call it. I don't know how you're actually meant to pronounce it. A small. We just call it R small because why not?
In China, they have been closing a lot of shopping malls because they have so many, and there's so many new, modern, wonderful, huge shopping malls. And the increase of online shopping, like everywhere, it puts pressure on retail within the country. But With this shopping mall, it's kind of got an interesting story because initially what they've done is they closed it as a mall and then converted upstairs into apartments. But since then, there's been a sort of demand in the area for shopping and restaurants. So they've actually now reopened the mall. So technically, we are living inside a fully functioning shopping mall in China. So they're actually opening up by the day. Soon all the shops will actually be open. So outside here, there is the entrance to the living area of the mall, and further down we've got some more retail shops, some restaurants and a supermarket. So it's very convenient, so anything you need, you can get it within steps of walking outside of your shopping mall. But let's actually show you inside the mall, because some of the shops are still empty because they're still opening it and they've been refurbishing it inside. But there is still some restaurants and shops to show you. Currently, as we've come in, we've got Broad Vision, which is like a sunglasses retail shop. We've got some kind of coffee and tea shop. As you look round inside, they're still refurbishing the inside of the mall, but all of these are going to be retail and additional restaurants. And I believe down here is going to be actually the whole section is dedicated as a food court.
Yeah, so it's quite empty at the moment. You can see they're literally working on it, but yeah, there's lots of restaurants and stuff.
Little pun here, Auntie Jenny. Actually, this is quite a little pun for a tea shop. So Auntie Jenny's got all the tea that you need.
Lots of restaurants.
And maybe Auntie, so lots of aunties in this shopping mall.
Yeah, so it's slowly opening. When we first got here, none of this was done, and they've slowly been renovating it. We've only been here a month, and we're actually leaving tonight, which is why we can give you a full tour of what it's like and where we are, because we're not going to be here anymore, sadly. But here we have F-Mart, which is a supermarket where we can get all our food. It's quite a good size for a supermarket. Lots of groceries. I thought that was a real person.
Yeah, and here's our good friend Yang Fu.
It looks like a hot pot restaurant with all the produce.
As you can see here, it's still a bit of a building site.
I do actually have a package I need to pick up, so I can show you what it's like to pick up a package. There's 3 different entrances because this mall is so big. We've got A, B and C. Currently, we're about to go in entrance B. So this is the main entrance. I've sent my package to this one, so let's go pick it up. So here you've got the lifts. If you get food, it goes over there. And if you get a parcel, it goes around here. So this is where we come to get our packages. It's all just sort of exposed, so you could not do this in England because you would get robbed. But they have all the different courier names and you search by courier. So mine's come by this courier. So I look on this shelf and here's my package. So I've got the package, and it's actually easier for us to just walk outside the building and walk around to the other entrance. So we're going to show you entrance A. And here you actually get in with your facial recognition. The barrier will open with your face. So we can show you that. And inside, because it's so big and the mall is so huge, the hallways are so long, and it's actually kind of bizarre. I'll show you what I mean. Go up the lift. It's only 2 floors, so it's not far to go.
So it's a lot different from the previous apartment, because usually we'd see like 30 floors, but as Emma was saying, it's just only we would call it the first floor, but here in China they call it the second floor. You'll also see as we come through that there is a separate area for postage as well. People on this side of the building.
You can get it sent to your specific entrance. It was just my mistake. I sent it to the wrong entrance. Here's entrance A's parcel area, and you can get food delivered and it will just come here because here's the barrier. So
the magic is, you can see there's a camera there. It won't open if you're not registered on the system. As I approach, it goes green.
Yeah, it just recognises your face on this little camera here. Ta-da!
Now you'll see as we're walking through, there are endless shoe holders outside, because in the building there's a mixture of sizes. I mean, we do have a larger size unit, but most of them here are very small, sort of 1-bedroom units. It's like studio apartments. So space is kind of limited, so people store their shoes outside. Also, you'll see down some of these rows, you'll see people put their hoovers outside, their suitcases, all kinds of stuff, even small desks,
yeah,
skateboards.
a lot of these are quite small. So there's all these hallways. Like if you look down this small hallway, it's like endless shoes. And it is a bit like a never-ending hallway. Goes on really far.
We live right at the bottom, so it's quite a long walk.
It's a really, really long hallway, this. There are a lot of flats here. And something that's also really great about this flat is right opposite our front door. It's a gym that's free for residents. It's quite common in newer flats to have a communal gym that you can use. And yeah, it's really nice to have that right opposite the door. There's also like a communal workspace right opposite our flat as well.
Yeah. Also, quite a few people here have like cats. So you'll see this person here has got a netting up, so the cat doesn't escape when they open their door.
Yeah. Because
online shopping is so popular here, people, as you can see, literally buy their own trolleys to move all their packages back daily because of the distance.
You've got a fancy shoe rack. So we're coming up to it now, finally.
You don't have to do this walk every day. We did actually think that when we first moved in, because we do have another entrance here which takes us straight onto the ground. So that does save some time. So this is our... So this is the communal space. There's some sort of tables and chairs upstairs and a big table here, but we actually saw someone here yesterday. They bought their own projector and was doing some kind of like movie night inside here onto the wall. But yeah, it's a good space.
Yeah, the other night we came back and on this table there was like a craft group going on, and they were like making some bracelets, I think.
I've seen something. I swear there's also a knitting club. I've seen people like six people knitting here. So
yeah, but it's right opposite our door, so that's our door there. Where the security man is, that's our door right there. So it's right opposite it.
And then the other bit, which is again opposite our door, it is the gym. There's someone in there, but...
Oh, I won't... Yeah, I'm not going to film them because it's rude, but you can see there's treadmills and stuff.
And free weights.
There's lots of weights. And here's our front door, but we don't have a key.
We have a code, so this one isn't fingerprint, unfortunately. But it is just a 6-digit code. So we do have 2 additional people living with us now since our last video tour, so we have to be careful they don't try and escape.
Yeah, we've got 2 rescue cats. So we did rescue 2 cats while being at this apartment, and it's very cat friendly. But as you've first come in, you've got this little genkan sort of area like you get in Japan, where you can take your shoes off. And we've got shoe storage.
And this time, you'll be pleased to know, as we got quite a few comments about this on our last video, there is enough room for the Western shoe size, so that all our shoes do fit perfectly in this shelving unit, because the last one we couldn't actually get them in. So this is our lounge slash kitchen area, because it's an open plan kitchen. Here we've got our kitchen, and is a bonus that we've got a built-in induction hob on the countertop. As our previous apartment we didn't, and we had to buy our own, but this one's already built in. Compared to our previous place, there's a lot more cupboard space. As the previous place, we literally had 1 cupboard, that was it. And that was like an under the sink cupboard.
Yeah, there's plenty of space in this kitchen. We've not run out of any storage. We've got some shelves up there. There's quite a big stainless steel sink. We've got cloths, bowls, glasses, fit very comfortably in there. In here, we've got some random bits of food. We've still got porridge that we haven't opened from the previous place. Popcorn, olive oil. These were really horrible. But yeah. And then, what do we have in this one? All our coffee beans are in here. And some green tea. All our coffee gear. In here, we fit all the cat food very comfortably. Got some freeze-dried chicken, cat biscuits. They're really cheap here. So there's plenty of room for everything in the kitchen. It's the perfect size, actually. The move has come on pretty quickly, so we haven't had a whole lot of time to film the tour until tonight when we're actually moving. So sadly, we couldn't show you in the day, but there is actually a lot of floor space here. It is quite a big lounge. There's just not much in it. In this apartment, they give you some furniture. They gave us this sofa, which Honestly, it's not a comfortable sofa, but we've been saving up to buy one. But for now, we have been sitting on this, and it's not particularly comfortable. But they also gave a table and some chairs. Wanted to get a rug and a new sofa, but we need to save up for that basically. Over here we've got the cat bowls. The cat tree is the only piece of furniture we've really bought. It was really affordable here. And here we have Georgie. And we have Albie. Albert. They're brothers. They had to be rescued together. I mean, we wanted to rescue them together anyway. But they're very, very easy cats. Very sweet. The cat tree is probably the only piece of furniture in here that we have actually bought, apart from this cheap little lamp. The only problem with that is we don't have much storage. So up here is our bookshelf and our pictures because there's nowhere else to put them.
And a display of McDonald's memorabilia when you're a regular customer.
And the fridge is just over here in this corner. We've got the fridge and we've got a Hoover and a little mop that lives here.
Yeah, and then through here is one of our bedrooms. So we're not using this as our master bedroom, but yeah, we've got built-in sort of bed with like a brand new mattress. And then over here, you can see we've got lots of built-in wardrobe space, some shelving units, and at the top is further storage to put things like suitcases in and things like that. So there's a lot of storage in this room, and this is actually a 3-bedroom apartment plus a study.
Because it's dark here, you probably can't see as much, but in all of the bedrooms and in the lounge, we do have these huge windows, so we can see quite a lot. In the day, you can see some skyscrapers in the distance. There's not many high-rises in this area, so it's quite nice. It feels sort of like more of a town outside in the suburbs in Pudong.
We've always lived in apartments, but it kind of feels like a house here. So we do have our own upstairs, which I think is kind of nice. So we've got our own staircase.
This is the staircase.
So up here onto the 2nd floor, and we'll start with the shower room. So coming in, we've got our toilet, walk-in shower, which is kind of like a wet room cubicle area.
The shower is pretty big actually. Do you want to climb in, Dom?
I think it's wet still.
I don't mind.
I think it's too wet.
It's a big shower actually, and it gets extremely hot. What I quite like is here we've got the lights, but we've also got a control panel. So you've got the extractor fan, but here you've also got heating. So it links up to this unit above the shower, and so when it gets cold in the winter, this puts out hot air, and I've been doing it recently. It's quite nice. When you're trying to dry off after you've showered, just put the heating on, and it's like you're standing underneath a little radiator. It's quite nice.
Yeah, and we've also got a bathroom unit, plenty of storage here, and we've got another cupboard under here which has got our bulk purchase of toilet rolls and our spare shower mat. So I'll take you into the master bedroom, but as you'll see here, that has the same smart lock as our main door. So I think these used to be maybe rented out, and people used to share this apartment because I mean it's a very big size, and it's definitely shareable. But it does mean that we have to have a code on it. So every time if we close the door, which we do for the cats, we then have to press a code to unlock it. It's a bit annoying, but
so in here, just next to the bathroom, we've got the bedroom. This is where we sleep. And this has been our bedroom while we've been living here. We haven't invested in loads of furniture yet. We still have the same, just like quite a big mirror. We've got a little rug, and all the beds came in this apartment. So this is a really big bed actually. What size is it?
It's a king size.
It's a king size bed.
But
super comfortable.
They're all the same mattresses. It's identical to the other one. So we've got all the same storage and wardrobe space here. So there's plenty of wardrobe space, and then huge cupboards with 2 single ones which you can put your cases and things in there. But this is bigger than downstairs, so it's slightly longer, slightly wider. And
we've got a nice ledge that you can sit on. The cat's like hiding behind the curtain and just sitting on this ledge looking out the window. It's annoying that you can't really see it. All you can see is Dom in the reflection. But I don't know if I try and cover it, you can just see over the roofs of all the buildings nearby. And here we've got some windows leading outside. This one opens up nicely, and then you can put this down to stop the bugs. It's quite nice waking up in the morning. You can see Shanghai in the distance, and it feels like a comfortable, sort of cozy bedroom. I've really enjoyed living here.
So now on to our third bedroom, which is practically identical, but the only difference is there is no wardrobe space in this one. So it's identical, but no storage. So again, you've got a king size bed. And the last one is the Diddy room,
which is the office. And yeah, it would be big enough for a bed, but it is pretty small, this room. And this is all fixed. We've got quite a large desk, got a drawer that's full of stuff, and lots of shelving for cameras and bits and bobs, and then even more storage up here. We've got 3 pretty big cupboards, so it's cool. It's a nice office space. There is no aircon, so it did get kind of warm in here when it was summer, but right now it's totally fine, and it's quite a nice little quiet space to work in. Yeah. So
we're 10 minutes walk to a metro, and this is 3 bedrooms. We're sort of towards the end of the line 12, and this costs us 9,500 quite a month, which is roughly just under, well, roughly around $1,000 a month. But that is for a 3-bedroom apartment with plenty of storage. You know, you could have up to 6 people living here. So compared to where we're from back in the UK, especially in southern England, you wouldn't get nowhere near this kind of size, even on the suburbs of a city. So I think it's still pretty affordable. It's too big for us, clearly. So that's our apartment tour. And from Albert and George, see you.
This is George, and this is Albert. They're both pretty nervous, but once they're in their cat tree, they love being stroked under the chin. It's going to be interesting because we're moving tonight. I did get this carrier for them both, and last time when the rescue centre were bringing the cats here, it was very difficult for them to get the cats in the bag. But this one is a shared cat carrier on wheels. So I got them in it earlier pretty easily, actually.
So yeah, they've got 2 windows so they can look out and be nosy. And it's a trolley. Last time we did a move, we had our friend come and help us who's Chinese. So they spoke to the people and helped us order it through the app. This time we're going to try and attempt it on our own. I'm a bit concerned about it, but
yeah, but
we'll see.
I didn't really want to burden him with helping us again because he helped us move here really not that long ago. I think we've been here 6 weeks, roughly.
So on that note, we're off to the next apartment, and we'll see you in another apartment tour probably next month. Until then.
So smooth, so smooth.